rats. Rats are the cutest things alive, in my opinion. Well, maybe not. I like duck-billed isopods. I like albino raccoons and tigers. But, you can't really have those as pets, and also their personality differs, Some of those things are extreme scavengers, they're extreme predators, or they're extreme just bugs, I always said I wanted to be a bug because I would rather have 3 days to explore the world and just amazing things to experience instead of 70 years as a human and just extreme misery and extreme happiness, But I think a healthy mix of a little mammal that is still so cute and a great pet is a rat. So today we're going to get into how the rats see the world compared to humans and how it is actually quite interesting. So I kind of do whatever I want on my channel, as you know, and sometimes I'm just going to start doing these yapping sessions that I think I can practice my editing on, so this is one of them. So what started all of this and this interest of mine was last night I was playing with my rats on my bed and my rat ran over my Hello Kitty pillow. My house just settled. What the fuck? My rat ran over my Hello Kitty pillow, and I was like, you know what? She probably doesn't even know what a cat is. She has never seen a cat. She's seen my dog. She's seen my dog Nonami, but she's never seen a cat, right? Or there's certain things in my house that she definitely doesn't understand, like my Meow Wolf plushie, or the little posters I have on the wall, but she probably looks at them and she's like, dang, I wish I could go touch those. I want to see them up closer. Like, that's kind of weird. And as being a rat, that's got to be overstimulating, but I just think your brain isn't developed enough to actually have that much overstimulation. I mean, rats don't like light. They're nocturnal. They don't like to be living in a bright room, and even with my pets, it stresses them out. The bright stresses them out, which I as a human don't get, and I as a human get uncomfortable sometimes when my rats are in such a dark room. But, they like it, and they're more happy, and it helps them heal. When my pet Gur was sick with wet tail, it helped her heal to have a dark room. And, since she was getting everything dirty, it was hard to have all her stuff in there. And her digestive system was very sensitive. So it was hard to have her, sticks that she would chew on. It was hard to have her certain little house and she would chill in. And, it was hard to give her certain treats. But, I guess rats just get overstimulated in different ways. And they just need those things, whether they get them dirty or not, or whether they, should have them or not. It's like, I don't know, it's like a neurodivergent kid. It's like, I have something with my stimming where I'll shake my head back and forth very violently. And my mom was like, stop, you'll hurt your brain. But I'm like, it feels good. It feels really good. Or I'll be stretching in a way that looks really weird, and she'll be like, stop, you're gonna hurt your limbs. And I'm like, it just feels good. I don't know. And it's just a way of stimming. So, I don't know. They gotta have something like we mammals gotta have something. And for me, it's shaking my head back and forth. And for them, it's running all around and running all over their toys, even when they're sick. But specifically, what I was, diving down in the spiraling rabbit hole, when I'm gonna be honest, it's going down in my mind, was, when they're running over this Hello Kitty pillow, and we're gonna go back to the Hello Kitty pillow, it looks more like abstract art to them. So, I'm actually gonna, draw what it looks like for these rats compared to humans. I don't know how to explain it. As humans, we can experience what the rats look at and don't understand, while knowing what the actual object looked like. That's why I'm saying, excuse me for that yawn, by the way. That's why I'm saying humans are a lot, like, really smart, and it comes with ups and downs, right? So, I don't know. I feel like I was meant to be something else. But you know what? I am a human, and that's okay. Because I get to talk to people about stuff like this now, which is very fun. I love speech and debate, and you know what? It's nice to not have to write a whole speech, but also have ideas, you know? I don't know. But eventually I want to do a video on, like, how in the world did all of us my fault. I'm trying to say, how did all of us species separate to be so different? You know? Like, mammals or plants are still organisms, right? And they're still living things, but it's different, you know? And we all had to evolve from some of the same shit, because there was only a certain amount of shit in the Big Bang, you know? And this is coming from a purely evolution standpoint. There's a lot of religions, like even in my own religion, that explain what happened during the creation. Where it's like, oh yeah, but like, you know, sometimes I think about it, I'm like, how come rats don't need as much vitamin D as us humans do? Right? They can be completely happy in a dark room and only coming out at night, and they won't need more vitamin D. But somebody will be inside all day and night and like still get some sunlight from the windows, but they'll still need to go outside once in a while. They'll, you know? But I feel like rats, they don't have that, especially the ones that have been bred to be pets, you know? Which, that confuses me, and I'm sure there's some research out there about it, but it's just like, it's niche research, you know? It's redundant. But it's just like, you know, these things are interesting, and if you like to listen to me yap, I really hope you do, because I'm not 100% sure if, you know, I would like to listen to someone yap like this, but you know what, I've seen videos on YouTube about, you know, neurodivergent people yapping about their special interests, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do that too. And whenever I'm stoned, I'd be like, I will remind myself through typing shit in my search bar. So I can look at my history later and I'll be like, oh yeah, so you know what, a lot of these are going to be coming, a lot of these are going to be arriving at my YouTube channel, so I hope that at least some people enjoy this, and you know what, I'm gonna tell my friend Luke to listen to this, so that he can be like, oh yeah, you know? I know y'all don't know who Luke is, but I'm gonna tag him right here. I'm gonna tag him in the description because he is one of my other friends. He's actually my best friend. We've been best friends since 6th grade, and he also does YouTube. He does some minuscule stuff just to attract an audience and follow the algorithm, but also he makes really cool like art videos, and he does cool shit that looks like it was AI, but it's really just him rendering shit. It's crazy, and that's actually AI. So y'all go check him out. These videos will be coming more, and I hope that you enjoy these topics as much as I do. All right, thank you. Bye. Also, watch my other videos because there's a lot more varied stuff on the channel.
My name is Steve, and as a child, I yearned for the mines.